One of our most requested shows on the Quilt channel is Quilt in a Day. And we just happen to have Eleanor Burns with us today to talk with us about what's happening. Eleanor, I got lots of questions about what's the future things that are happening. You've got a new book out, you've got fabric, but I got to, first things first, how are the grandkids?
Oh, you're very smart.
Got to do the important things up front.
You're not kidding. We just celebrated Easter.
Yes.
And it was really fun. And I have the little kids from their egg hunt.
Oh, that's great.
Is that fun?
Yes.
So this is Zoe. She's my youngest one. She's all ready for the hunt. This is Jonas, my only grandson.
Only guy there.
Only guy. He's so great. And this is Kylie beside him. She says the cousins. She loves the cousins. 4 girls and 1 little boy. So here's Zoe. She's got her chocolate in her hand. She's got her bunny just about finished. She's showing me all the chocolate that she's eaten. Oh my gosh, they got wild. And this is her sister Kylie in the back. And this is Becca. Oh my gosh, she's such a cutie.
What a cutie.
She is 4.
Does she wear that dress all the time by any chance?
No, her mother got it for special
okay.
photographs. But that's her special Easter dress. And when you tell Kylie to smile, she puts on the charm. Stands so cute.
I wonder where that comes from.
I don't know. They're getting just like me, honestly. But this is the my property around my log house. It's
beautiful,
really,
beautiful.
Really beautiful because we've had rain. It's great. And then this is Ellie on the egg hunt, running through there with her Easter basket. I tried to not give them so much chocolate because they just go wild, so I gave them things like pinwheels.
Okay.
They've been here with me so many times here in Paducah. They're all in school now. They're all out of diapers.
That's kind of a raise for parents, you know.
I know.
When they're not in diapers and they're not in baby food, it's like, oh, we actually have money to spend on other things.
I know.
Okay, that was the important part. Now let's get to the boring stuff, you know, like a new book or something like that.
Never boring. I just finished a 200-page book. I cannot believe this. What a crazy person. It's called Quilts from Al's Attic. And you're in my attic right now.
Yes.
You would be surprised what we're finding in the trunks around
There are old relics everywhere.
There are old relics everywhere.
Yeah, thanks for that.
And I based this book on my antique quilts.
Okay.
I'm out of control. I collect far too many antique quilts.
Need to have an intervention, do we?
We do. I need to go to some kind of group to get rid of
that one, maybe.
So my friend counted all my antique quilts in my living room, and then he moved into some other rooms, and then he said, "El, you know, one closet was locked and I couldn't count them." So guess how many he counted?
More than 5.
More than 5. He counted 273 quilts. Antique quilts.
Antique quilts.
Antique quilts.
We do need to have some sort of a retreat that you go to get away.
Know,
but you always go to quilt retreats, so I think I know where a problem might be there, Eleanor.
So this is how I started.
All right.
This is one of the quilts that I found. This is from the Kansas City Star. You know, in the 1930s, that the Kansas City Star would print a quilt pattern, and the women would always make their husbands run down to the store, buy the newspaper. They would bring the newspaper back, and the women would make 1 block from the newspaper that week, and then once they'd have a whole collection of blocks, they put them together into a sampler.
Sure.
So does this feel cozy?
It does.
So I started thinking, well, I have lots of antique quilts. Why not make a sampler of my own?
Oh.
Does that sound good?
You have 200 blocks on a quilt? I'm afraid
No,
to ask. Oh,
I
good.
wish. Okay, we're going to slide that down, get that out of the way, and then you're going to help me do the revealing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's really cool. Let's push it out. I'm going to take this corner.
All right.
And you're going to take this one.
All right. And
ready?
Go for
Open it. Ooh, and everybody's going, ooh,
The crowd roars. What
so I took 11 blocks out of my antique samplers, just 11.
That was hard to trim it down.
Think about how many more books I can write. It's just amazing.
But
anyhow, This is also my new fabric line.
I was
So
going to
just
ask about this
go
fabric.
like
Where did that come from?
Yes. Ooh, stroke it.
Right.
Well, I'm going to show you. It's called Forever Love, and Kylie was the one that named it. Kylie is 5, and she just said, oh, she's always talking about love. And so it was done by Bannertex.
Okay.
Now, this is called a layer cake.
Okay.
10-inch squares.
All right, 10-inch
You're going to
square.
be tested. This is called charm packs. They're 5-inch squares.
Okay.
And this one is called a jelly roll.
Jelly roll, I got that part. Okay,
Jelly
I'm
roll.
good with that part.
2.5-inch strips. And so it all goes with my new line. Plus, there's yardage. Can you believe that? Yardage by the yard. Whoa.
I remember you telling me stories about how you started and how
I know.
how small pieces of fabric sometimes you would work with in order to be able to do things. So.
I absolutely, it's my thing. I throw, whenever I'm done, I throw the fabric over my shoulder. Then everybody says, who picks up that fabric? But I have to tell you, when the lights turn off and the cameramen are gone, I get down on my hands and knees and I pick it all up.
You remember where you came from, don't
Absolutely.
you? Exactly.
Yes, and I appreciate that. So it's been a very busy year.
Yes.
Doing the new fabric line, the new book, and oh my gosh.
Now, how many books do you have now? Have you lost count?
Well, I have an idea.
Okay.
I think that this new book is 111.
Well, that's a cool
100.
number.
That's a cool number.
That is.
You want to know
yes,
how
yes.
cool it is? This is the cooler number. I turned 70 this year.
That is impossible.
I did. I'm 70. I had this great birthday party. It was all barbecue. It was kind of cowboy hats and we did some dancing. The kids were all there in their hats and their boots and their belts, and it was just a blast.
Well, belated happy birthday.
Thank
Elle.
you.
I'm sorry I
Thank
missed that
you.
party.
Thank
Definitely
you.
would have been there. But,
Yeah, it was really fun. We had a good time.
Okay. It's always a pleasure just to chat with you for a few minutes, Eleanor. You're truly one of my heroes. I love what you have done for the not just the art and the craft of
Thank
quilting,
you.
but for getting people involved with it over the years.
And they
111
love it.
books later.
111
I think the
books,
first
yeah.
one was like off of a copy machine or
Oh,
something like that.
absolutely. Hand drawn with ink pen, typed on a Selectric typewriter.
Sure.
We
To
ran
this-
down to Kinko's and we did 25 at a time. We were hot shots.
Beautiful 4-color, and they've been this way for years now. So no mimeograph machines for you anymore.
No.
But Elle's Attic, the new book, Quilts from Elle's Attic, the new book by Eleanor Burns, and you can find that online, or you can just come down
to
here
the
to
store.
the show.
And also, did you know that I hung 40 antique quilts down at our Kentucky location?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep, it's a whole quilt show. I always wanted to do that, so this time we did it.
And you've got 4 locations in town while we
4
do this.
locations. Are we out of our
You're cutting
mind?
back, aren't you? I can tell you're
I'm
very
cutting
good at
back.
cutting back. Yes,
I am. I'm
absolutely.
doing less and less.
All right. Well, Eleanor, the crowd's getting rowdy. They're taking pictures kind of behind the scenes. They want in here. Yes, I can see their faces. I'm a dead man if I take too much more time, and that's not going to happen. Eleanor, thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you more than you know.
Thank you.
And,
Appreciate it.
and we'll be back with more right after this.